Okay guys, now this is going to be probably the best video of this set just because it's a very challenging problems, and I'm going to try to slow myself down and make sure you understand extraneous solutions. Let's get going. So on this one right here, we should realize, let's square both sides. That way we get rid of this square root here, right? So notice I'll have 2x plus 14 equal to, now over here it's very important, we are squaring x and 3 together. So again, this goes back to first semester. I gotta do the FOIL or distributive property on it. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 3 is 9. Because we have an x squared, we want everything together equal to 0, right? That's how we solve a quadratic. So we're going to minus 2x both sides, because 2 minus 2 is 0, and we're going to minus 14 both sides. So I'll have 0 equal to x squared. Now let's put all our x's together. 3 is 6, minus 2 is 4x. And 9 minus 14 is negative 5. Now I'm ready to do the x. You can do the quadratic formula, but when it's only an x squared, it's not like a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 x squared. Do the x method, right? So we need a negative 5 for my product, as we say. We need a 4 for our sum. So I'm going to do 1 times 5 to get 5. To get the 4 here, I need to do 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. 5 times minus 1 is negative 5. So this tells me my factored form, x minus 1, x plus 5. Okay, so right here, I notice that 1 minus 1 is 0. Here, negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Now, we got to plug each of them in on these more complex problems, guys, to make sure nothing is extraneous. Okay? So I'm going to start with the 1 here. I'm going to plug the 1 into our original equation up here before we squared both sides. So I'm going to put a 1 in there. I'm going to put a 1 in there. Right? And notice this is what I get. Now 1 plus 3, of course, is 4. And over here, we have the square root. 2 plus 4 is 16. Is it the square root of 16? 4, guys. Yes. So notice 1, we verified, is a correct answer. But what about negative 5? Starting over up here, if I was to plug in negative 5, notice right here, guys, negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. So here, I have the square root of basically negative 10 plus 14. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. 14 minus 10 is 4. Is the square root of 4 negative 2? No. Square root of 4 would be positive 2. So because negative 5 did not work, it's what we call extraneous. So we have exactly one answer, positive 1. Let's go on to the next one. One more, guys. So again, we're going to square both sides here. This side we have negative 9x plus 28 equal to, and when I square, this negative x and 4 are together, guys. So I actually have to do negative x plus 4 times negative x plus 4. I literally have to square that binomial, as we say. Well, what's negative x times negative x? That's positive x squared. Negative x times 4 is negative 4x. 4 times negative x, negative 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. So I have negative 9x plus 28 equal to x squared minus 8x plus 16. Now, because it's a quadratic again, we've got to get everything on one side equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and add 9x to both sides, because 9 minus 9 is 0, right? I'm also going to minus 28 both sides. 28 minus 28 is 0. And that 0 will equal x squared. 9 minus 8 is 1x. 16 minus 28 is negative 12. Again, we're ready for the x method. So I need a negative 12 for my product. There's a 1 in the middle. 3 times 4 is 12. See, 2 times 6 would not work because I can't get a 1. But 4 minus 3 is 1. So this is going to tell me my factored form. 0 equals x minus 3 times x plus 4. Right here, 3 makes it 0. Right here, negative 4 makes it 0. Notice this time, guys, if we come back to the original equation, okay, let's plug in 3. So I'm going to go to a new page here. I'm literally going to plug in 3 right here and right here. Okay? So notice I get the square root of negative 27 plus 28, because negative 9 times 3 is negative 27. Over here, negative 3 plus 4 is a positive 1. Now 28 minus 27 will give us the square root of 1, which of course is 1. So we just proved that 3 is good. Check that off. Now let's try the negative 4. Starting over with the original equation, I'm now going to plug in negative 4 right here and right here. So what do I have here? I have the square root of 36 plus the 28, because negative 9 times negative 4 is 36 plus 28, right? And that's going to equal, over here, notice I have a double negative here, guys. I have this negative with negative 4, so that really becomes 4 plus 4, which is 8. And 36 plus 28 is 64. Is the square root of 64 8? Yes. So this time, both of them check off. We have no extraneous solutions. We have two solutions. We have, sorry about that, we have the solution at positive 3 and negative 4. So we have two solutions this time. Okay, guys, so there's going to be at least one more video. I'm going to follow up on this problem and one more that's in your handouts. Okay, that should be enough based on our schoolwork to get all of this work completely done 100% if you just follow my direction. Okay, but anyways, I hope you watch, study, rewind, take notes, make flashcards, whatever you need to do to make sure that you understand how to solve these more complex radical equations. See you in class.